All right, we are going to go ahead and continue on with our media availabilities here this afternoon. We are now joined by Josh Berry, driver of the number 21 Wood Brothers Racing Ford. If you have a question for Josh, please raise your hand. We'll get a mic to you. We'll start right up front here with Jordan. Do we have a mic for Jordan? Any mics? Mic runners?
Jordan Bianchi, The Athletic. How much are you hoping that there is significant tire wear tomorrow's race? Because that would seem to play right into your wheelhouse.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun. Obviously, we hopefully maybe not as drastic as we had the one time, but a little bit of tire wear would definitely make it interesting. I don't know. None of us really know what to expect, honestly. It's a different tire. We don't really have a lot of information on it, obviously. It's just hard to tell what we're going to have. But really, I mean, generally, I feel like the tire wear is more connected to the surface and the track. You know, we had a kind of a unique situation in the spring there with not a lot of rubber on the track, cold. So I don't know if it'll feel much different this weekend.
What do you take away from the playoffs so far, given how the first two races went, where it's just circumstances seem to just be kind of work against you?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been disappointing to not get the results, but I feel like we've performed fairly well. To go to Darlington, qualify third, felt like we had a good car there. Obviously, we bottomed out and wrecked on the first lap, and then last week I felt like again we qualified 12th. Felt like we had a solid car. And obviously got in the incident with the 9, and I mean, I felt like each one of those could have been solid top 10s, which really would have been all we needed to be in a much better spot this weekend. So obviously frustrated with the results, but I think the performance has been there. I think we've done a good job. There's always room for improvement, but there's still positives to take out of it.
Yeah, Roy Akers, Skyview Sports. Josh, obviously you're in the must-win situation. Is there a couple things that you feel like bottom line that if they go your way, you can come out the victor tomorrow? And can you maybe share one of those things in particular, something you think has to happen or you hope happens?
Yeah, I mean, I think we just got to qualify well, execute everything. I mean, got to do all the basics. We just got to – I mean, it's hard to win these races, right? And you don't go into them expecting to win, but I expect to have a good car and hopefully be in contention. And if we execute and give ourselves that opportunity, hopefully we can capitalize on it.
Mark Garrow next.
Mark Garrow, PRN. Over to your right, I think, if I got that right.
Yep.
I'm doing a story on the Loudon race from last year. What was it like ending the race on rain tires in the dark and having a shot to win?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Definitely, I hadn't really raced in the rain other than a couple of times, maybe in the Xfinity car, but it was a lot of fun. The track raced well. I thought it put on a good show at the end, and yeah, we were in the thick of the battle there at the last closing laps, and obviously excited to go back and watch that one this week a little bit more and study it. But it was a great opportunity for us last year. It was a lot of fun. Excited to go back there and see how we do.
What was it like racing those conditions? I mean, it was pretty dark at the end. Obviously, the track was not as grippy as it would have been under dry conditions. As a driver, just what was that like, and how much did you enjoy it?
I mean, obviously the biggest thing is just, figuring out where the grip is at on the track, which, we kind of all split between the apron and the top lane. I think where it got, difficult was trying to make passes just as the dry line kind of developed towards the end from what I remember. And trying to stay, run as fast as you can without dipping into the damp part of the track too much. So, but yeah, it was a blast. Would be fine if it rained again.
Go to Holly next.
Hi, Josh. Holly Kane with the NASCAR Wire Service. I wanted to ask you what your expectations of the race mood to be like tomorrow night, with so much on the line for people in the playoffs like yourself. There was a time where the reputation at Bristol was for some wild and crazy stuff. Do you feel like people are a little bit more cognizant now of what's on the line and where this falls in, or do you expect it to be as wild as it has been?
I don't know. I mean, I think obviously there's a lot on the line for people. You got people that are just trying to survive, and you got people, I guess like us, that have to win. I mean, it's still Bristol though, so you never know what could happen. But yeah, I mean, it's just hard to say. I think it just depends on what we get for the track, and how the tires wear, if we get anything like that, and it's hard to say. I mean, ultimately, we need to be able to follow each other closer for it to look like it did a bunch of years ago.
Go to John next.
John Newby, Savage Ventures. I was just curious, what is the mood with the team? Because it would be easy for you guys to be really angry about everything that's happened, but you clearly seem pretty chipper right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating. Like I said, I mean, it's frustrating. I mean, everybody's disappointed for sure, but I mean, what can you do, really? I mean, I look at Darlington. That was a mistake on our part, right? That was kind of self-inflicted with, how hard we hit the racetrack starting the race. But last week, I mean, I felt like we did a solid job, and just, was in the wrong place at the wrong time. So, I don't know, man. I mean, all of us, a lot of us in this industry have been doing this stuff a long time, and it's easy to, I mean, there's highs and lows, and you just have to be able to, stay in between and manage it the best you can. And I try to do a pretty good job of that. And, I mean, at the end of the day, no matter where you run the week before, you go to work on Monday and get ready for the next race. And I mean, now, yeah, obviously, if we want to advance to the next round, we need to win. But I mean, we could lead 400 laps Saturday night and blow an engine or have a flat tire. And I don't think any of us on Monday would be disappointed, but we wouldn't be disappointed in how we ran. So, I mean, the biggest thing is we just need to run well and be in contention Saturday night. And I think just see what happens from there.
Dustin
Long, NBC Sports. As you're nearing almost your first full season, kind of like inside the halls of Team Penske with the Wood brothers, what has that been like in learning? What's kind of stood out to you about how Team Penske does things, or even more about working more with those other Penske drivers this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all those things, right? I think just the structure of the organization and how strong that is, and I just feel like we've gotten into a great routine as a race team, right? Just on our week to week preparation, and obviously being able to lean on Ryan and Joey and Austin is really helpful, because I mean, these are experienced guys that are very talented and champions of our sport, and being able to lean on them and learn from them and gel with all those guys, I think, has been important to me, right? I feel like we all get along really well and work together well, and so it's been a lot of fun. And I'm excited for these last handful of races are going to be races that I'm going to for the second time with them, and hopefully we can see that next step of progression. Because I mean, that's the difference in where we're at is, these guys have been to these tracks numerous times with the next gen cars, same crew chief, same team for the most part, and for us and myself and Miles, we're still working through that. This is going to be another one. Probably only, I guess, Darlington would have been the only other one that's intermediate short track that we've been to before. So coming back to the second place, being able to use our notes from the spring, hopefully that'll help us continue to grow.
How challenging has it been since you've been in Cup, and how the tire has softened and changed, and just how much, because that impacts the racing so much in a way, how much has it changed, and how much of a challenge has it been for a driver for you to kind of keep up with that, or have you had to adjust how you do things?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely different. I mean, the hardest thing is like I said, just adapting to a new tire when you go back and know what you need from your car and balance. You get a race under your belt, and then it's different when you go back. You're kind of starting over from scratch, but generally from the race car and how it drives and how it feels, I mean, directionally, I feel like the way they're going is improving things and making it feel more normal. So, yeah, I'm all for it. And like I said, that's another step in hopefully the right direction this weekend with the tire they brought, and hopefully it races well.
And also, last thing is, this race is well known for the pre-race with the children of the MRO doing the anthem. What's that like? And I think your oldest daughter's probably still a little too young to do that, or is this going to be?
No, she'll be out there. She's jacked up for it. Yeah, she's jacked up.
Okay, so what's this going to be like for Dad to see her do this for the first time?
Yeah, I need to. Yeah, I guess I'm going to go over there and watch it and run and get in my car, I guess is the plan. As simple as that. But she's jacked up. She's been practicing a little bit, so we're trying to make sure she gets the words down. But she's excited for it, and obviously she loves coming to the racetrack and being part of MRO. They do a lot for us, and yeah, she loves it, so she's excited.
All right, we'll take one final question from Scotty.
Raceface Digital. You've had good playoff runs in Xfinity with Junior Motorsports. You've been to Victory Lane and Cup earlier this year. What's the approach like this time, knowing you're coming into a race that's usually chaotic, there's a tire variable again, and you basically have to win?
Yeah, I mean, I think it just kind of goes back to what I said earlier. I mean, I don't know that you can change that much of what you do, right? You just go out and try to prepare the best we can, which I feel like we've done, and try to execute today and, you know, make the right adjustments to our cars, and then get in the race tomorrow and race and see what happens, really. I mean, I don't feel like there's, you know, we go every week to go win, really. I mean, that's what we all work towards week in and week out, is to be competitive and win races. So just because of the situation we're in, it's not like we can try extra hard or do something different that we wouldn't normally do, right? I mean, maybe there's a play strategy-wise that we could throw if we felt like we had to, but outside of that, it's about you know, just doing all the little things right and executing a solid night and just giving ourselves the opportunity, right? I mean, that's really all it amounts to.
Josh, thanks so much for coming in, and good luck this weekend.
Thank y'all.